it's possible to apply different hatch patterns to areas in the design. The hatch pattern here, if we look in the pattern name, is herringbone, a standard herringbone, which is part of the ACAD ISO hatch pattern. But there's an area here, the steps lead up to a raised area for the entrance to the house. And what I'd like to demonstrate is that you can load additional hatch patterns and hatch an area such as this to match what's being done on site. So let's illustrate by saying, let's hatch. We'll pick a polyline as the entity. We'll then load another hatch pattern. I'll load one called GCAD ISO pattern. And if we scroll down through the list, you can see we've added quite a lot of additional hatch patterns. Let's take this Vespaio one, and I'll set the scale at 100, maybe the scale at 125. Try and keep that density relatively low, and we can OK it. And now we've got a sort of embedded large pebble rock, for want of a better name, hatch pattern. But I wanted to use this to illustrate that you can load all sorts of pattern files by loading .pat files that you get from different sources. This is one that we've given you with GCAD Plus, but there are others in the AutoCAD environment that would work quite well for you. So it's well worth experimenting with some of these different hatch patterns. You may well take the view that that hatching is a little overpowering. Let's delete it. What you can do is just draw a polyline, so roughly in this area through here. I've got polar on, so I'll take polar off, and I'll draw a sort of polyline shape like so, and then close it, and then maybe just draw another polyline down in this area here and around like so, and I'll close that one. You could apply some curve fitting to both of those polylines. That's now done, and now we could hatch just as we did before and pick that one and that one, and we'll use the same hatch pattern as before. Now let's eliminate the bounding polyline, and for mine, hatching in that way doesn't overpower the drawing. It obviously indicates, maybe with a little bit of text there, the style of patterning that exists on that raised entrance. So there are various ways of applying it. I'm not a fan of just because CAD software can put in an awful lot of entities in a short space of time, I like to tread lightly when applying hatch patterns.